rank the AFC once Rodgers goes here. Let's just talk about the top 10 AFC teams. And yes, I did put them in order. Y'all are probably going to thrash me once I put this list out and once I say it here. It was hard, though. It was really hard because out of these top 10 teams in the AFC, every single one of them can make the AFC title game, and it wouldn't shock me. So let's start from the top. Number 1, Chiefs, clearly, nothing further. Number 2, Bengals, clearly, nothing further. Love the Orlando Brown move as well. We're going to get into a lot of free agency later on in the show. And don't forget, y'all can call in 678-480-8716. Bills at number 3. And I mean, pretty reasonable. They're trying to figure out some more weapons. They're trying to obviously get some running backs in the room. They're trying to relieve Josh Allen. And, some people are saying he's regressing. I know he's obviously turning the ball over more, but Chiefs 1, Bengals 2, Bills 3. Now this leaves the next 7 teams, and they're not going to necessarily be in this order, but the next 7 teams: Broncos, Browns, Ravens, Jags, Jets, Chargers, Dolphins. So when I go for the number 4 spot, like the 3 teams that I want to put up there, Broncos, because I have a lot of confidence in Sean Payton and what he's going to do with Russell Wilson. Y'all know I'm a fan. I watched him work his magic for 15 years and turn us around like crazy. I definitely want to put the Jags up there if they're coming. I feel like I'm one of the only Browns believers out right now. And I'm not saying all these guys are going to go for 4, right? It's just hard though. So let's go to number 4. It's like I don't even want to say this list because like it was just it was so difficult. But I feel like when I made this list, I was looking at overall teams in the AFC, acquisitions that have happened, not counting draft capital, not counting draft moves. As of today, March 21st, 2023, 7:24 p.m. Eastern time. Let's go for the top 10 AFC teams after Aaron Rodgers is here. I'm just going to go with it. I guess I felt confident, so here we go. Chiefs 1, Bengals 2, Bills 3, Jets 4. I take Rodgers over Aaron Wilson. I take Aaron Rodgers over Russell Wilson. I take that defense over a good bit of the defenses in this AFC, and the AFC has a lot of defense flying around as well. I mean, Jags, Browns, Ravens. If the Dolphins, they just got Jalen Ramsey in there. So this AFC is going to be crazy. And then they just had a better overall season last year than Denver. So that's going to be the number 4 team for me. It would be the Jets. I feel this as I'm saying this. I'm literally going to probably switch this list around so much. But again, so number 5, give me the Broncos. Again, this is highly due to Sean Payton. I have a lot of faith they'll turn Russell Wilson back into something great. And they have spent great free agency money already. And number 6, give me the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram, Travis Etienne, Doug Peterson, the Super Bowl winning coach. This team balled last year with house money, and I think they're going to take even bigger leaps this year. At the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at the 7 spot, I feel like this is where y'all are going to get crazy. So now we've got the Browns, Ravens, Chargers, and Dolphins. I'm going to put the Browns at the 7 spot. I have a lot of faith in Deshaun Watson right now. Nick Chubb is still there. Hopefully Kareem Hunt comes back. I know y'all are probably asking why about Deshaun Watson, but I'm not forgetting what he did before all that legal stuff happened. He literally missed 11 games last year and didn't look trash, but he looked as best as he could, not playing for essentially 30-plus NFL games or close to 30 NFL games before he saw the field initially with the Cleveland Browns. Amari Cooper balled out very quietly last year, and this defense is still intact as well. At number 8, I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens, and I know y'all are going to want to thrash me for this, and I hate putting them this low, but the more time goes on with Lamar Jackson, with the Ravens, like, is it going to be Tyler Huntley? Who is actually going to be the Ravens quarterback when week 1 starts for the 2023 season? I don't know. I don't know who the hell it's going to be. And we see how bare this offense is as well. And it is strictly like, here's why I want to put them so low. With Lamar Jackson having damn near nobody on his offense and defense as he had a lead in his division before a lot of the injuries happened, before he got injured, they were first in the division. And I want to say they were a 1 seed in the AFC. We don't know about Lamar. And a lot of that was because of coaching. The Ravens looked horrible without Lamar Jackson. They've been horrible without Lamar Jackson ever since the Ravens drafted him. So I just don't know what to make of everything. I really don't. And then I'm going to have the Chargers at number 9. Again, this feels very low, but the defense and coaching really makes me put them this low. I'm not a big fan of the defense. They just lost Drew Tranquill to the Chiefs. Justin Herbert is great, but it's a lot of coaching with this team, and this team just has to get it together coaching wise. I pride myself a lot on coaching, and of course the quarterback position as well. I could probably put the Chargers above the Ravens. Maybe you could flip the two of them because I would take Herbert over Lamar, but I would take Harbaugh. And I would take Harbaugh over Brandon Staley, but I would take the Chargers roster over the Ravens. It's so tough. And then at number 10, the Dolphins. And I know they're very low here, but Tua worries me a lot. I know they just got Jalen Ramsey. He's going to look good next to X Howard, which I really hope X Howard improves. He's given up 13 passing touchdowns over his last 2 years in the league. And, without a quarterback, if they don't know what's happening with Tua, yes, we know Tua's going to play. We know Tua's going to come back. We know he's going to give it his all. And he was on pace again for a 4,600-yard, 34 touchdown, 10 interception season. But he's got to stay healthy because at the end of the day, those numbers are just a math problem. Tua actually has to solve the health problem on the field. So again, top 10 teams in the AFC. Chiefs 1, Bengals 2, Bills 3. I think that's unanimous. I'm going to put the Jets at 4 because I like Aaron Rodgers over Russell Wilson, and I believe Robert Saleh is going to come into his own. It's going to be a little shaky, but if everything pans out like we're expecting it to with the Jets, and I do think it's going to be a little shaky at times, maybe September, October, but by the time November, December comes around, they're going to have their shit together. No question about it. So the Jets again at 4. I take Aaron Rodgers over Russell Wilson. I like that defense. I would probably take the Broncos defense over the Jets, but maybe not by much. I feel like the rosters are very comparable, but at the end of the day, I'm always going to take a quarterback over another. And Sean Payton is clearly better than Robert Saleh. So it's like you could flop these teams around. Again, all of these teams can make the AFC title game, and it wouldn't surprise me. Number 5, I have the Broncos, again, because I like Russell Wilson less than Lamar Jackson. Then I'm going to have the Jaguars. Yes, I am going to like Russell Wilson more than Trevor Lawrence this year because I have a lot of faith in Sean Payton. That is literally most of the reason I'm buying into this team. And again, I know what the guy's capable of. They're biased there, absolutely, but I firsthand witnessed what he did for my franchise over 15 years. After that, I'm going to put the Browns because I feel more sure about their quarterback situation. Their roster looks better than the Ravens, in my opinion. After that, I'm going to have the Ravens, which I feel like I could put the Chargers above them. I want to get off this segment so bad because I knew I had to rank them, but I feel like I could have spent probably 3 hours on this list. If we're really digging in offense, defense, coach, quarterback. But all right, I'm just going to say to move on. Chiefs 1, Bengals 2, Bills 3, Jets 4, Broncos 5, Jaguars 6, Browns 7, Ravens 8, Chargers 9, Dolphins 10.